African Invitation Stakes, a Grade 2 event. There are 12 runners, and they're out on parade for this Grade 2 event of 300,000 Rand. In your picture is Mighty Crystal, the blue and white checks with the blue cap, and the runners go to the 200-meter marker. Passing by is number 1, Fluent Stride. This ridden by Stephen Jupp, who replaces Mace Roberts. Very interestingly, number 1, Fluent Stride, a gelding by Steady Beat, now ridden by Stephen Jupp, going down very calmly in the white colors with the blue cross sashes. There goes Anarch passing by. Anarch went to the 200-meter marker. This is number 2, Unaware, ridden by Gavin Howes. Unaware, a 260,000 Rand purchase, striding out freely. Anarch and Anton Marcus coming by, winner of the Natal Provincial Guineas, with the white noseband. Anarch, a son of Freedom Land. Mighty Crystal, winner of 3 out of his 4 starts, being taken down by Glenn Hatt, striding out extremely well. Mighty Crystal, a son of Crystal de Roche, Natal bred, trained by Dennis Bosch. Here's the favorite, Secret Rites, undefeated in 3 starts. Son of Secret Prospector, ridden by Robbie Sham. The next one to pass by here is the Decorator. The Decorator, ridden by Dougie White, the winner of last year's South African Invitation Stakes. The Decorator is a colt by Wicked World, trained by Mark Waters, and will start off from pole position. Number 12 is Going Race, ridden this afternoon by Jeffrey Lloyd and trained by Joe Joseph. Going Race is a colt by Only a Pound. A winner of only 1 race, wearing blinkers only for the 2nd time in his career, Jeff Lloyd and Going Race passing by as they make their way to the starting point in the South African Invitation Stakes. 12 top 3-year-olds partnered by 12 of South Africa's leading riders. And at this stage, we'd like to welcome all Zimbabwean viewers who have 2 Asteri, number 3 in the race, ridden by Striker Stratum. The runners now going to the 1,600-meter starting point at Scottsville. It is a very humid afternoon. The sunshine was out this afternoon, and it has become a little bit overcast, but completely humid. Let's take a look at the latest betting in the South African Invitation Stakes. Secret Rites, 2-1 favorite, unbeaten in 3 starts. Mighty Crystal at 9-2. Fast Gun is quoted at 5-1. Fluent Stride, now ridden by Stephen Jupp, is 7-1. Unaware is 7-1. Real Fantasy is 10-1, is 12-1, and upwards the others. And we'll be back on the other side of this. Enjoying some great racing out there. And in your picture, Robbie Sham attending to the favourite Secret Rites. A gelding by Secret Prospector. He's unbeaten in 3 starts. This is his first real big test. He was 18-10 this morning. He's out slightly to 2-1, but he comes up against top 3-year-olds, a very competitive field. His last outing, he walked in by over 3 lengths, beating Deluxe Show, and his 4-bull stable companion, Model Man, went into the South African Invitation Stakes with the same record, also undefeated. Secret Rites is highly thought of. In actual fact, trainer Patrick Lunn, when I spoke to him for Racing Digest, he did say that Secret Rites is probably the best horse he's trained since Model Man.
Well, Craig, that's very high talk indeed, and today will be the test for him because so far he's only run against lesser competition. Today he takes on Group 1 class for the first time, and Secret Rites is the only runner to have won over the Scottsville turn. He's the only runner in this track, in this race who's won around the turn here at Scottsville. That will also give him an advantage, and of course Robbie Sham, his rider, rode wing leader back in 1989.
And we'll go back to Secret Rites' last victory over 1,400 meters in the C division on the 5th of October, winning very comfortably by 3 lengths from Deluxe Show.
Penso gets away 2.5 lengths from Westmeath, then Cadian Score. Secret Rites got 3 lengths to make up, then Deluxe Show, Quidine down the inside, Wild Prince come and stay. Coming on to the 380, Cadian Score, come and stay. Secret Rites bounding clear in the centre of the track, then Deluxe Show. 2:20 to go, and Secret Rites now extending from Deluxe Show, but they've got no chance of getting to Secret Rites. The boy looking over his shoulder. Deluxe Show's about 3 lengths behind him. Secret Rites, you can write in 3 from 3. He remains unbeaten. Secret Rites by 2 lengths. Deluxe Show second. Forest Fern third. Wild Prince fourth.
And there's number 5, Fast Gun, ridden this afternoon by Kevin Shea, winner of the Top Sport Bloodline Million. He has yet to run unplaced in 6 outings. A winner of 3 races with 3 places. Last time out, coming back after arrest, he won over 1,200 meters under Rites van Wyk, and credit to the jockey on that occasion. This Son of Mexico is an 82,000 Rand purchase. The Dam Blushing Dress is a 6-time winner. Fast Gun was second favourite and is slightly in the betting now to 5-1.
Along with Fluent Stride, he would be the Transvaal's main hope of success in this race today. He has been supported in the betting on the course here, and he did look very well going down to the start. His best performance was in the Administrative Futurity Juvenile Stakes, which was a Group 1 race in which Mighty Crystal traded him by a short head. Those two renew their rivalry here again today.
Well, in the administrators, Fast Gun was racing in 11th position at the 400-metre marker. He came up alongside of Mighty Crystal over the last 200 metres, and these two matched each other over the last 100 metres, and it was a ding-dong tussle with Mighty Crystal just scraping in. Let's go back to the administrators champion security towards the end of June.
Constitution and Waldensville, they raised 9 lengths off the leader. Length and a half, Mighty Crystal and Clarabelle. Then comes Thunderdome. Fast Gun easily a dozen lengths off them. Then Fearless Crown, and behind that Bobby Bean. Then Secret Order and Tonic. They're about to commence the turn into the home stretch in the Administrators Champion Futurity Stakes. Judgmental is now thrown in the towel, and Unaware takes it up with Wild Lavender. Then Telescopic down the inside, Constitution. 250 to go. Unaware hits the front. On the outside, Mighty Crystal. Fast Gun exploding through on the outside. And it's Fast Gun. Thunderdome on the inside. Mighty Crystal. Fast Gun, Mighty Crystal. They lock together. Fast Gun, Mighty Crystal. Here it comes. And I say Mighty Crystal a short head from Fast Gun and Thunderdome, but it's close.
Number 6, Mighty Crystal, had that great run in the Administrative Futurity Champion Stakes. It was only his second performance on a race course. He showed great courage in fighting back and rallying when Fast Gun challenged afterwards. He had 4 starts in only 2.5 months, his first 2.5 months of racing, and perhaps went to the well once too often when being beaten in his 4th start. His first 3 starts were very impressive. He looked like a future champion in the making, and he is the only horse in today's field who is already a Group 1 winner. His jockey Glenn Hatt, who represents the Cape in today's Invitation Stakes, ran second last year, so he'll be hoping to go one better. Mighty Crystal looked very well going down. Craig, I think, will take a lot of beating.
Well, he strode out with that elastic-like stride, and in his last start in Minitel Breeders, he pulled up shin sore, so there was excuses for that run. He's earned over 250,000 Rand. In that same race, Minitel Breeders, he was beaten into 4th position by another of today's runners, Unaware. Let's go back to that event on the 24th of August, Minitel Breeders, 1600 at Clearwood Park.
Just in behind that, we've got Darwin Wright, and then Flash Fun. Behind that, Hagen's Man, and inside of that is Flash Fun. As they straighten up in the Natal Breeders, Lord of Lexington by 3 lengths. Subic Bay, the first one, the challenge. Mighty Crystal's got a dream run down the inside, then Gaelic Find. Subic Bay and Mighty Crystal with Gaelic Find and Unaware. Subic Bay the one to get to, but Mighty Crystal going down the inside, and then Gaelic Find. Subic Bay, Mighty Crystal feeling the stick, Gaelic Find and Unaware at the close call. Unaware the outside, Mighty Crystal's going to lose that record because Jeff Lloyd has stuck the front on Unaware. And Lloyd's in form, Unaware going away from his field. Unaware wins it easy. Second place in Gaelic Find, then Subic Bay, Mighty Crystal ran 4th.
Well, Mighty Crystal ran slightly below form there in the previous meeting.
There he comes.
He had beaten Unaware by over 7 lengths. There he ran 3 lengths behind him, so perhaps he ran 10 lengths off his correct form. We'll see today when he meets Unaware today. Unaware has won his last 2 starts, and last time out won over a distance short of his best, over 1,200 metres, carrying 58 kilograms. There he is, number 2, Unaware by Northern Guest, bred by the Mez Tom Close Corporation, Mr. Tom Meza at the Eldora Stud, and he was a 260,000 Rand yearling, and you can see why. He really is an exceptionally good-looking horse, and he's by the champion sire of 2 years ago, Northern Guest, out of a mare by Troy. Interestingly, his owner, his breeder rather, had bought back a share in this horse, replacing Mr. Job van der Pendel's ownership within the partnership.
And Unaware, last time out, winning in the C division by a short head from Cool Cat, and I spoke to Willie Peters after the run. He was quite disappointed as he thought that the horse would win much more comfortably. The Zimbabwean entry is number 3, Toyas Terry, ridden by Striker Stradum, a winner of 6 out of 8 starts. In your picture is number 4, Anarch, ridden by Anton Marcus, by Promising Young Sire Freedom Land, a 37,000 Rand purchase, winner of the Natal Provincial Guineas, where he defeated Son of Peter.
That was a very good run because he beat Son of Peter very easily, although there were some excuses for Son of Peter, who came from well back. But I think we should go back and have a look at that, the Natal Guineas at Grable on September the 21st.
Race in North Ruler.
Gaelic Find in 9th position, 8 lengths to track down. Into the home stretch, and Rain Melody and Futures Club. Anarch getting a split between runners. On the outside, North Ruler, Gaelic Find 4 lengths to make up. Anarch has hit the front at the 200-meter marker from Going Rate. On the outside, North Ruler, Son of Peter running on from behind. Anarch, Going Rate, Gaelic Find has found a split. Son of Peter's coming on strongly on the outside. But it's Anarch, Son of Peter coming with a late rattle, but Anarch's doing enough to win it. Second position will go to Son of Peter, then Gaelic Find and Going Rate.
And that's number 3, the Zimbabwean challenger, Tours Theory, which means the star in Greece, the winner of 6 out of 8 starts. Interestingly enough, it has brought him a total of over 40 lengths.
Yes, he's won 6 races in a row by over 40 lengths. He ran a bit disappointing last time in his prep run. Below par there from a bad draw and with a big weight. But Tours Theory looks well, he went down well, and we'll see if Zimbabwean horses can measure up to the South African counterparts today.
And the runners for the South African Invitation Stakes now starting to load, and Fluent Stride from the Ormond Ferrara stable, ridden by Stephen Jupp, looked exceptionally well. There's just 3 or 4 runners to load for the South African Invitation Stakes, 300,000 rand, a grade 2 event. It's 12 runners. There's the favourite Secret Rites on the right of your picture with the black and white quartered going up with Robbie Sham in the irons. All the handlers around this gelding, a Son of Secret Respect, are the favourite Secret Rites in stores. On the near side with the red sleeves is Tours Theory and Striker Straden. Now the turn of Fast Gun and Kevin Shea, and they'll be set for the South African Invitation Stakes, grade 2 of 300,000 rand. They're all clear. Handler just to come clear. They'll be off any second. And away they go in the South African Invitation Stakes. It was a good beginning in the centre with the white spot and noseband. Fluent Stride got running well. Secret Rites just off the pace in the early stages. Real Fantasy going off to lead them. Tours Theory has got over from an outside stall with the red sleeves well placed. Anarch is just off the early leaders. Secret Rites has now got up along the railing. Mighty Crystal is back second to last, and Unaware is one of the back markers. They go towards the 1,200-meter marker in the South African Invitation Stakes. That's Real Fantasy showing the way to Tours Theory. On the right-hand side with the white noseband, we find Anarch. Along the rail side, the Decorator. Then comes Secret Rites and Fluent Stride. At this stage, Unaware is giving them about 6 lengths start. They're being followed by Going Rate. As they go towards the 600 in the South African Invitation Stakes, Real Fantasy is going to bring them in. The Decorators racing second, just on the outside, Fast Gun and Anarch. They're followed a length further by Secret Rites, only 3 lengths to make up. Going Rate is on the outside, Mighty Crystal left with 6 lengths to make up. 400 to go on the extreme left. That's Real Fantasy, the leader. Secret Rites with the white noseband and white sleeves trying to close in. The Decorators right there. Unaware coming with a great-looking finish. 2 off the left with the black sleeves. Unaware coming on strongly. On the outside, Fast Gun. Secret Rites is wide open. Secret Rites on the stand side going well. And it's Secret Rites and Robbie Sham from Unaware. Secret Rites maintaining unbeaten record. Wins it from Unaware, and the Decorator, Fluent Stride, ran fourth. And Secret Rites, the son of Secret Prospector, ridden by Robbie Sham, trained by Patrick Lunn, and he did say after his second run that this horse was every bit as good as Model Man, and he's certainly going that way to prove it. Number 8, Secret Rites, the winner. Second, number 2, Unaware. Third position went to number 9, the Decorator, ridden by Dougie White. Secret Rites, the favourite at 2-1, took command over the last 200. Unaware came as one of the back markers and ran on strongly. The Decorator was always prominent, and there's the slow-mo. Secret Rite on the extreme right of your picture with the white sleeves and noseband just has the lead. Towards the left with the white blaze and black sleeves is Unaware, who's running a big race. Between the 2 runners is the Decorator. But here is where Secret Rite really proves his class now, starts to gain the superiority and draws off to win it. Unaware might just hold on for second, and the Decorator third.
Well, Secret Rites is owned by Mr. R. Meeker, P.L. Knott, and R.R. Pearson, trained by Patrick Dunn, ridden by Robbie Sham, who won this race in 1989 with ringleader. But what's really interesting is that the Eldora stud scored something of a coup here with the first and second home. Both horses bred on the Eldora stud of Mr. Guy Landon. The second horse bred by a boarder, Mr.